The most intense, thrilling, electrifying sport on the planet. Mixed martial arts. You've been looking for the definitive podcast to call your new home to hear everything about it. The search is over. This is the MMAnomaly Show. No filter. Bringing you the hottest MMA breakdowns straight from the heart of the octagon. This show is all about MMA breakdowns. For fans, by fans. We're talking UFC, MMA, and the occasional big boxing match. We'll bring our unique take on how these fights are going to play out and who we think are the best bets. Welcome to the MMAnomaly Show. No filter. And now your hosts, Olin a.k.a. MMAnomaly, Emiliano a.k.a. Jive Turkey Nano, and Alex Pip a.k.a. Pip's Piano Tips.
What is up, fight fans? Welcome back to another episode of the MMAnomaly Show, No Filter. I'm your host, Olin, a.k.a. MMAnomaly, and with me, as usual, is the co-host with the most. He's juking, he's jiving, he's thriving, talking about the turkey himself. Nano, how we doing, brother?
Let's go. Doing great, brother. Great to see you, as always. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. Halfway through the week and halfway there to the best night, or the best day. Just some of the best times, okay? We're talking about fight night coming Saturday early, my brother. We're taking a trip down under. Great to see you, man.
You're coming from a land down under. Taking a trip to Perth, folks. Drake taking a trip to Perth. And, man, I'm excited about this card. I feel like on paper, there's obviously some fights that are a lot more fun, a lot more entertaining from a name value stake than others. But I would say even the undercard on this one is fairly decent. It's fairly decently stacked. I'm excited about it. So before we jump into this, let's go ahead and jump on into the chat. We got Jimbo's old lady in here, always repping. Let's fucking go. Evening, fellas. How's everyone tonight? Better now that you're here. Always happy to see you in the chat. Let's go. And then we got Miss Mary 616 saying the bookshelf has been decorated. Let's go, Nano. The bookshelf has been decorated.
Great call out. I'm sure Grammy will come in and chime as well. But yes, I had to put a little something out there, okay? It will probably change, okay? You may see some changes here. This is not the final form, not the final product, but hey, we got something going. Speaking of the devil, let's go. What up, Grams? I was just talking about you. Let's go.
There he is. There he is.
A little something, you know.
Grime had to chime, you know what I'm saying?
Let me get out the screen. You'll get a moment there.
It's getting there. Oh, yeah. Really take it all in. Look at this, man.
Not much. They could probably
really has a knack for decor.
Yeah, you know, it's a start, brother. You know, I'm
not. Where's Pip? He's got to be up early to sell a mobile home. I mean, you know, possibly he's selling a home. I don't know if it's a mobile home. I think it's a regular home. But either way, yeah, he's working super hard this week. He's taking the week off, but he should be back swinging, banging, and taking all the meat off the bone next week, like you like it, folks. Nano, moving away from the bookshelf and into the fights. Let's talk about it, shall we? We have a welterweight main event that I think is better than any singular fight on the White House card, if I'm calling a spade here. We have Carlos Cigahachi, Whiskey Prates, coming in against Jackie Three Names, Jackie Della Maddalena, JDM, whatever nickname you want to call him. I like Jackie Three Names personally. But let's talk about him, right? Jack Della Maddalena, he's a former champ. He's got slick boxing, crispy counters, and championship level mentality, right? His takedowns, his grappling, that's probably his weakest factor in my opinion. But that boxing is the real differentiator for him. He's got elite cardio, pretty high level fight IQ. His takedown defense can get a little bit leaky against pressure though, if you know what I'm saying. And he's been hittable in exchanges with some of these more recent guys where guys force him backwards specifically. Now Prates, he's a Brazilian nightmare. He's long-limbed. He's got a Muay Thai background. He's an absolute monster with the Thai-style boxing. And he's got terrifying KO power. He had a jab that was probably one of the more impressive things my dad's watched in MMA in recent years, myself included. When he used a jab to take Leon Edwards off his fucking feet. It looked like something out of like Scott Pilgrim versus the World, bro. It looked like something out of a movie, genuinely. He's nasty. And the thing about him is he's also a fairly good prolific Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner. We just haven't really seen him have to utilize that in the UFC. Like, he's got 3 wins by submission. Granted, he has 3 losses by submission too. Fair play. But man, the guy is a Muay Thai monster. I think that's the path to victory here for him. I'm taking him probably like round 2, round 3 KO, I think is the money shot here. I just think he's going to outwork and outwear Jack Della Maddalena on home turf. And as Grimy said, like, he's got Muay Thai tattooed on his chest, bro. Come on. Come on. Tyler Betts, my guy. How you doing, brother? Who you got in this main event? You got the Nightmare, Carlos Prates? Or you going Jackie 3 names? Speaking of who you got, Nano, who you got?
What up, Tyler Betts? And just to quickly acknowledge Grimy there about the bookshelf. Have I read anything on the shelf? Let me quickly turn around. I'll be honest. If we're talking cover to cover, no chance. No chance, Grimy. How dare you expose me like that? Have I read some pages? I'd say a few. All of them? Nah, man. But that's the beauty of books, right? Some are page turners, and I will say the Matthew McConaughey biography one is definitely one I could get into. Think of his voice. But the good thing with books is that, you read them, you come and go, right? And maybe just like these fights. Now, with Paramount, you can watch them live, you can watch them later. You can come and go. All right? But I will say, and that's what's probably what most of us are going to do Saturday, right? Let's call a spade a spade. We may not be live with the results. So before you wake up, don't go to your phone. Don't look on Instagram. Don't go to your TikToks. Don't go to your X's or your Twitter spheres or your Facebooks. Go straight to Paramount. Okay? Go watch the fights. Go check it out. See what happens. Because there will probably be some spoiler alerts again in that land down under. This early morning, y'all. This will be what are we thinking? MMAnomaly 6, 7 a.m. potentially for this fight.
It's 4 a.m. for the main card to start. There's 5 fights, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fights. So 3, 6, 9, 12.
Best case, maybe 6 a.m. If it's long, if every fight goes a decision, maybe 7. Which is
I would say at the earliest 5:30. At the latest 7 a.m. This fight is going to start. I would lean closer to 6:37 because they got that time slot to fill. And if you want to watch the prelims, you might as well just pull an all-nighter, boys. Call us the boys from down under, the boys from across the pond, because we're waking up at 1 a.m. this time, folks. I'm actually going to be at Universal Studios doing a late birthday celebration there until 2 a.m. for their Universal After Dark thing, the fan nights. So I'll probably be getting back to the hotel an hour or so after the fights start. I will most likely be pulling an all-nighter to watch this. Cross said he's doing a watch-along. I said he can't wake up that early. That's hilarious. If he's doing a watch-along, I'll hop in the chat. Depending on how fucking garbage I look after my all-nighter, we'll see if I feel up to jumping on the stream with him for a minute.
Yeah, I'll do my best. Maybe I'll get my melatonin in early and just try to get to bed early on a Friday night, which admittedly, maybe I haven't done as often.
Harder to do than say.
Yeah, so maybe that 9, 10 o'clock bedtime might come in handy here and try to get to that 4 a.m. Hopefully, maybe I'll rewatch some of the prelims because, just it's one of those things. But listen, y'all, I've stalled long enough. This is a hell of a fight. I can't absolutely wait to see the verdict of it. I will try to watch it live because there's something about that nostalgia. But listen, y'all, these are 2 bad mama jammas that are going in here and putting it all on the line. I'm having a really, really hard time with it. Like I've said before, and I'll always say it again, I try to avoid looking at the odds as I'm doing my breakdowns and my picks here because I don't want to be persuaded. And I'm not surprised when I saw that this was a virtual pick'em because I felt in my heart of hearts, brother, you asked me this question 10 times, I may have 10 different answers for you. Okay, that's how much respect, that's how much respect I have for these 2 gentlemen.
Respect. Give him his respect.
I love JDM, brother. I think in the pocket, he's arguably one of the best boxers that is on the UFC roster, on that short list, in the conversation. We can all maybe at least agree there. Different conversation for a different day. But listen, y'all, he's got hands. He's got the ability to knock people out. And even though he did not necessarily look great against an Islam Makhachev, the reality is no one does. And also, I think he did learn a lot from that. Going 5 rounds, knowing what it feels like to have someone that's going to want to try to grapple with you and do something that's uncomfortable. I'm sure he added that a little bit to his game, and he's going to have that advantage over Carlos Prates. I think if he can get Carlos moving backwards, if he can cut angles and not allow Carlos to extend on those punches, because we know what happens when he catches you on the end of a punch, brother. I mean, just look at the knockouts, look at the record here, look at the highlights, look at the viral clips. Like, this guy is an absolute savage. I gave all my praise to JDM, but the reality is I'm going with Carlos Prates here. Light up the Shigahechis, light up the Stogies, my brother. I am all about smoking pancakes and laying dudes out. Okay, because that
smoking a pancake, a bong and a bitch. I see, there's no pleasing you.
That was a reference I was going for. My man always gets it, brother. Pick it up when I'm throwing down. But listen, man, I just think Carlos is more violent, and I think that Carlos does have the chin to weather the storm. I think they will tee off on each other. They will have some really exciting exchanges. I just think that Carlos is, I mean, again, I know JDM fought Islam, but I'm going to say something here. Carlos might be the most violent fighter that JDM has been in there with.
I would say Carlos is one of two people that has a chance at beating Islam.
Surely with just hit that I mean, and it's look no further
like
than
the well-timed knees. Like what he did to Chuck Buffalo, if he hits Islam with one of those knees while he's shooting a blast double, it's done, son.
Especially
it's done. Adriano Martins, that's the last win he had was over Islam Makhachev, I believe. And he knocked him out. He cleaned his fucking clock. Like, anybody could be knocked out, even Islam. And Prates has that timing, bro. It's good. It's golden. Grimy said JDM ain't going to be able to run like Ian Gary. You're not wrong, big guy. You're definitely not wrong. WMC, did you guys plan on wearing the same shirts? This is actually one of the rare times we're not wearing the same shirt. But no, we never do talk before the show about what shirt we're going to wear. It just kind of randomly happens.
Yeah, and color schemes, I mean, I feel like we usually match too. We usually have black shirts on. Fair. Today we did go with the gray. Probably close to lunch.
It is very funny. It is very funny. And I mean, even if this guy did try to coordinate with me on color shirts, I'm colorblind. It wouldn't do a whole lot of good.
Fair.
Be like, wear a red shirt. I'd show up in something fucking orange, or fucking yellow or something.
Well said, man. Yeah, no, and Grimey's right. Like, JDM won't be able to run, and he doesn't have that wrestling in the repertoire. He's not going to be able to neutralize or slow down the inevitable, immovable object into Carlos Prates' fist. I'm loving this matchup, man. I'm loving this.
He has entry-level takedowns, right? No, like, he has a good blast double. He has a decent single leg, but the issue is he's not got the chain wrestling ability to continue going when the guy stuffs the takedown, right? It's the reverse of Khabib versus Conor. Like I said, leading up to that fight ad nauseum, I don't doubt that Conor has learned to stuff a takedown. I don't doubt that Conor is going to look the best he's ever looked in the grappling realm, but I do doubt that when he stuffs the takedown, his opponents in the training camp are still pushing forward with training, like just chain wrestling and just chaining things together, really mixing the martial arts to pin him down even after he stuffed the initial takedown. We saw that's exactly what happened against Khabib. And I think JDM has the good entries, but he doesn't have the chain. He can't chain things together. He can't follow up from a single to a double, switch back and forth, moving his head on the outside or the inside based on positioning and spatial awareness. I just think he lacks some of the fight IQ that he needs to win a fight like this. And go back to what you said, Nano, like you mentioned, you'd be interested to see if he's able to cut the angles, if he's able to stay on the outside. It's going to be tough to do. Like, what's the reach differential on this? It's because I think it favors our guy significantly by 5 fucking inches.
Yeah, he's
5 inches on reach and another 4 inches on height. Like, Jack is punching up and he's punching long, and that's not his style. Like, he lives in the pocket, like he's throwing hooks and uppercuts. Carlos is the long fighter, and he's the longer fighter physically. So, I mean, this one should be fairly straightforward. I do think it's going to be competitive. I'm not saying it's going to be a wash by any means, because Jack is a fucking beast and a half. But this is another one of those rare situations too, Nano. We're looking at their records, 18-3 to 23-7, doesn't tell you the full story. Did you know that Carlos Prates has, I believe, over 80 Muay Thai fights professionally?
It was something crazy, right? Yeah, it was like an Adesanya type thing.
I think it's like 86. Adesanya just finished his, I think, 116th professional fight after that last UFC fight. So he's had one of those records too. And that's why these guys scare me, because they fight different over there, bro. They're doing it every couple weeks with damage. So I came into this fight camp with a hurt knuckle. Bro, they fucking fought with broken shit before and won. Like this dude is a different animal and the same beast. You know what I'm saying? To quote Kanye West, lazy bed. Check out these dudes. Check out this funky easy bed. My guy. How you doing, brother? My best friend is colorblind. Again, weirdo. And that is actually very weird because it's not super common.
Yeah, what the heck's going on here?
I have to pick his fishing lures out for him. That makes a lot of sense. My dad used to have to do the same thing for me. Back before we realized I was colorblind from a doctor, he just thought I was dumb. And then, that's fair. That's fair. Oh, man. With that being said, as far as bets on this, I don't like the fact that it's a pick'em, right? You can't get either guy at plus odds, really. I think I'm just going to take my boy Carlos Prates to win inside the distance, plus 135. You put a unit on that, you get a little bit over a unit back into pure profit, so a little over 2 units back in the bank account. I like it, man. I like it. I don't know. You think he gets it done inside the distance now?
I was going to say, yeah, I think I would lean this fight to not see the scorecards, to be within 5 or under 24 minutes, depending on the platform and how you want to look at it. Because, I think both these guys are game for a knockout. I could see Carlos getting one early. I could see Carlos getting one late. I could see JDM, just really catching, again, Carlos late. I mean, these guys, it's going to be a war. Like, these guys are going to go out there. They're going to test each other's chin. They're going to prove that they are some of the baddest dudes on the planet, especially at this weight class. Man, yeah, I would just take either our boy Carlos Prates straight up, or just it to not go the distance, it to be finished, within 5 rounds.
And Grimy asked, has JDM ever been KO'd? I didn't look that up somehow. He has been KO'd one time. He's also been subbed one time, and he's lost by decision one time. So Islam got the decision over him. His last 2 losses came back in 2016 under Alden Bates via punches in round 3. And he got RNC'd 4 minutes and 11 seconds into round number 1 against Darcy Vendy. That's why I picked inside the distance. Nano, I'll be honest, I could have probably juiced it out and got a lot of extra juice on the TKO line, but I've got a weird feeling we might see Carlos Prates show some new layers in this fight, and we might see him get his first submission win inside the UFC octagon. I think he's going to get it done by a guillotine if it's not a knockout. I can see him hurting and stunning JDM on the feet, and then JDM panic shooting just to get out of harm's way and putting himself in the most harm's way by giving up his neck on a double leg and just getting guillotined out of town. So yeah, I like inside the distance on that one. With that being said, let's move into the next fight. It is a lightweight bout between Benny from the block, Beniel Dariush, coming in against Quillan Salkilld. No way he subs him if Islam couldn't. I mean, he's so much larger than Islam. It's not even funny. He's a natural 170-pound fighter who could realistically fight at 185 if he wanted to. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's able to submit him, not with skill, but with pure power. And the difference is, I'm saying he's going to hurt him on the feet. He's going to rock him significantly on the feet. And that's what's going to set up the submission. Not superior grappling to Islam Makhachev. There's no chance. He's just not that level. But Islam doesn't have the level of one-shot power that he possesses either. So someone as durable as Jack Della Maddalena, I think he can stun him and cause him to shoot in and give up his neck in a kind of sloppy way. I think Salkild's going to do him dirty. Benny doesn't have it. He's getting rocked out, says WMC. Grimy says, this seems like it's set up by the UFC. Yeah, it is set up by the UFC, by the matchmakers. They're setting this guy up. You ever seen the movie Daredevil? He's fighting battling Jack Murdoch, bro. Benny Dariush is supposed to take the L on Saturday AM early into the night. And if he doesn't, you know what happens. You saw how that movie ended, or rather began. Look, I was going to pour up a shot for my guy, Carlos Prates, because, he's the whiskey drinking fighter. But instead, I'm going to pour one up for Beniel Dariush because I truly feel like this is probably going to be his last fight. And if the guy before him, Tim Elliott, doesn't win either, it's probably going to be his last fight. So we're losing a handful of legends on this fight, it feels like. It feels bad. It feels sad. But with that being said, Benny, you're a great guy. You're a nice guy. but you're also 36 and look like you're 47 at this point. I feel like he's lost his speed, he's lost his power, and realistically, those are the two things that made him a threat in the division. Coming in against somebody who has more speed, more power, and dare I say, Nano, keep me honest here, more creativity inside of that UFC octagon.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be a tough night. I can't help but feel like Benny's just gonna get down, bro. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. So Nano, cheers to you. Cheers to the viewers. We're already at 15, which is great to start. If you're drinking, drink with us.
That's
If not,
that's kindergarten class right there. Hell yeah.
That's a kindergarten class, man. Got a whole class. We love it. What happened?
Drop my shot.
Oh. Party fouls.
Party foul. Okay.
We're gonna wait on Nano.
No cords. We're good.
Oh, perfect. I was like, how bad is it? What's the damage?
I know. I was looking.
Like, comment, subscribe, smash that bell for notifications, and drink your shots. Don't spill. Cheers.
Salute. Yeah, that's responsibly and safely, y'all. Don't do what I did.
Honestly, that was the most respectful thing you could have done, Nano. You poured one out for the boy Benny.
Well said. That's exactly what I was doing.
You know what I'm saying? My guy, he was ahead of the curve.
Congratulations.
You know what I'm saying? Nano does not miss a beat. He does not miss a step. That's why he's the man. Brother, I took the lead on that last one. What do you think, man? What do you see happening in your heart of hearts in this what feels to be set up of a fight?
Yeah. It definitely feels like a setup. It feels like a little bit of an execution. It feels like a changing of the guard. It feels like literally Beniel might be looking at a younger version of himself out there in some ways. I mean, we got a young buck that is just ascending to the top like a rocket ship here, like Elon Musk and them guys cooking up things, man. I'm talking about a Killian Salkilld. Wow. I mean, this guy's getting his opportunity. He's in his backyard, Perth, Western Australia, 26 years young. And if you didn't already think he was nasty with that head kick to Nasrat Hakta Paras 6 months ago, look no further than the RNC choke on Jamie. No malarkey. Okay, this guy is just every bit of good in every facet of the game. I mean, again, head kick, knockout in exciting fashion, submission in exciting fashion. And he's got the backing of his entire country and a lot of the world. You know, it's funny. I was actually talking to a couple of my buddies last night about how the UFC is starving for more stars. There's a little bit of a lull right now. Obviously, there's the Ilias and the Alex Bejedas, but you know, the Sugar Show is now maybe a late night show. It's not prime time television, unfortunately, and so we're in need of a new star. And this kid killing Salkilld, I mean, my brother might be special. He's got the moxie, as we like to say, but also he's got the fighting skills. And I'll just leave it at he just does everything Beniel can do, just a little bit better. And that's where I think Beniel will, look at things and maybe start to reflect. Maybe you do it for the love of the game, but I think he'll be realizing, at 36 years old, 10 years older than his opponent, that it's a young man's sport, and Father Time does not slow down for anybody, brother. So I think Beniel has had a great career. We got to meet him. Super chill, cool, calm, collected. Like, he's salt of the earth type person. You get what you get with him. And he had some exciting moments, but this is not going to be a good night for him, in my opinion. Quillan is the heavy favorite. I'll get off my soapbox here, brother. Hopefully I left some meat on the bones for you. But how you feeling? How you seeing this in terms of the X's and O's and just what might go down in that octagon here Saturday morning? Talk to the people.
Yeah, I'm seeing more of the same, bro. Don't get me wrong, but no, Dariush, he's a crafty vet. He's got decent kickboxing, enough to get by. Vicious body work when he works it in, and sneaky Brazilian jiu-jitsu, right? He can typically snatch a sub out of anywhere. And he's got heart for days and experience that money can't buy. But at 36 years of age, he is slowed in step. His durability has seemed to be a little bit cracked lately, and he can get outclassed and out-athleted by a younger, longer guy who's able to dictate the range. Now, I'm here to tell you, this is exactly that. We're talking about a younger, longer guy to the tune of 4 inches. He's taller, and 3 inches of reach he has in his possession over his opponent. I mean, Quillan is a young Australian stud. He's a complete fighter. He's got slick wrestling, sharp striking. Fun fact, guys. Fun fact. I don't know if you know this, but he has one decision win in the UFC. Do you know what he said the entire media day leading up to that fight? You know, I've had people in my DMs telling me they don't know if I can like go the distance. They think I'm just a finisher and that I need to finish these fights. So I reckon I'm gonna give the people what they want on Saturday, and I'm gonna, just draw this fight out and show them that I can dominate across 15 minutes and get a decision. That's the only decision win he has in the octagon. He Conor McGregored it, bro. And he won 30-27. It wasn't even fucking close, bro. It was like fucking Scar playing with his food in Lion King, dog. You remember the little mouse between his fingers? Like that was his opponent. And then the next one after that, he absolutely just fucking massacred the guy. Like when I say it wasn't even close, it wasn't even fucking close. Jamie No Malarkey, as you call them, like he landed 6 strikes and it only took 18 from Quillan Salkilld to get it done. And what did he do? He obliterated him with the strikes and then subbed him out, bro. I mean, the guy is a stud. He knocked out Nasrat Hopcross after that decision. So, I mean, literally, he gets a decision and then comes right back out there and is like, all right, guys, I guess I'll get back to finishing people. I guess I'll go ahead and knock out this Nasrat guy and then I'll submit the other one. Maybe we'll just keep stringing them together one by one. That's pretty much what he's doing. What if this is another one like Davey Grant, fight where the old guy by 10 years learns a pup lesson? WMC, my man, my guy, my friend. Were you here? Were you here last week when we did the breakdown? Because I called that fight. I called that one. I was right about that one. I'm right about this one. This ain't that dog. All right. Beniel's still a young dog. He's 36. In fight years, a lot of tread off tires. But Davey Grant's different, bro. Have you ever watched Davey Grant fight? Like he's a fucking gladiator,
bro. I mean, we got the pleasure pretty recently.
Like I've been watching this dude since Tough. Like even Mary liked him on Tough. He's fucking phenomenal. He's a family guy and he's an even better fighter. Like he's just fun to watch. Grit, blood, sweat, and tears. That's that guy. Beniel Dariush, he's a hard worker. He's got heart, but we've seen him get beat and we've seen him get outclassed. You don't typically see that kind of stuff with the Davey Grant. So I got to tell you, man, it also depends on where you're at in the rankings. Like Davey Grant's fighting top 30, top 40, top 50 guys. Beniel's always fought top 20, top 30 guys. And make no mistake about it, if I'm Quillan Salkilld, I'm banking on the fact that if I go out there and get a flashy finish on a Beniel Dariush, a Benny from the fucking block, my next opponent has a number next to their name, kid. And that's huge. That's the fucking goal, bro. Like, that's what all these guys really want. So, this is not going to be the old dog coming in to teach a young pup a lesson. I don't know. I just don't see it. I don't see many paths to victory, if any, for Dariush. I don't know, man. If Dariush can duck the KO, he might just get it done off experience. The thing is, like, his biggest path to victory is one-shot knockout, which would be like 1 in a million, or just grind him out with wrestling. Quillan is a good fucking wrestler, bro. Did you see what he did to Yanel Asmus?
Bro,
like,
that grappling display was unreal. Like, it was textbook, bro. Textbook.
Usually we complain
like
when people have decisions. But like when he had a decision, it was great. I'm coming to you like a spider monkey, Chip. I love the way they're talking to you. If we wanted a couple pussies, we would have named him Dr. Quinn and Medicine Woman.
Dr. Quinn. Oh.
But no, like when he fought Yanel Asmus, he stuffed 6 takedowns. He attempted 23 of his own and landed 8. He racked up like fucking 12 minutes of control time. And he landed almost 90 strikes, 79 of which were significant. Like, Benny has dad strength. Brother, I haven't seen it. If I'm being completely candid, I've seen him get weaker with the knockout since having a child. So, I mean, it's not usually the progression that takes place in. With that being said, I'm not going to bet on this one because I like Quillan Salkilld, but man, is he a heavy favorite. Let's talk about other people that I like from that side of the world here, Nano. Let's talk about a Stevie Siggs. You know what I'm talking about? Steve Erceg coming in against Tim Elliot in the flyweight division. This one just has Bangerade written all fucking over it, brother. Tim Elliot is a flyweight chaos goblin, if I had to describe him in 3 words. Flyweight chaos goblin. You can trademark that. Very unorthodox movement. When me and Nano used to work at Yelp, this was fucking 8 years ago now, I would send him a GIF of Tim Elliott right before he got into the UFC doing like a barrel roll front flip and then proceeding to throw 3 back-to-back flying jumping knees. And I'll never forget that GIF. I need to find it again. It was so good. And it's just like he's so fucking weird and lanky and just unorthodox the way that he fights. Constant pressure, nasty grappling scrambles, and cardio that typically doesn't quit. He drags fights into the mud and makes you hate life. But his striking is wild, and he is hittable as a result. And against disciplined boxers, we've seen him eat very clean shots all night. Steve Erceg, aka Stevie Siggs, as I like to call him, is the complete package, right? Crisp boxing, solid wrestling defense, Australian toughness and grit with power in the pocket. Oh, and by the way, he also looks like the dude from The Office. He lacks the wild creativity of Elliot, but makes up for it with his actual fight IQ and finishing ability. And when he gets top control or takes your bag, it's nasty stuff. Like the guy is just able to hold you in positions, and really when the fight is on the feet, he's just able to do a lot of damage. But what's crazy is, Nano, if I asked you about Steve Erceg, just off the top of your head without doing any tape study, do you think he's a better grappler or striker? You would probably say he's a better striker. And I would agree with you. But then you open his Tapology and you're like, where the fuck? What the fuck? He has 2 knockout wins compared to his 6 submission wins. The guy is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fucking wizard. He simply hasn't had to do that in the UFC because, he got Matt Schnell and then a title shot, which typically happens when you beat Matt Schnell. But dude, like he's kind of like an Ilya Taporia, but less skilled, right? Like he started off as the BJJ guy, learned that, oh shit, these hands are ready to eat for everyone. I can clap cheeks with this shit. And that's what he started doing. He might go back to the grappling on this one. I could really see it happening, especially against a Tim Elliott who's very like lanky and just kind of herky jerk style. Like he throws unexpected shit. But either way, I'm taking Steve Erceg here. I think he gets it done. I'm not confident that he gets it done inside the distance. I haven't really picked any prop bets on this. So if you like anything in the chat, leaning Steve Erceg, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to enjoy this one as a fan. Nano, how do you see it playing out? We siding on the same fence here?
Yeah, man, I think this is going to be a fun fight. I love that Tim MF and Elliott's getting this nod. He's taking a trip from Lee Summit, Missouri, here in the US of A, all the way out to Perth. Yeah, man. I mean, listen, I'm going with Astro Boy as well here. I'm going with Steve Erceg. I think it will be a fun fight. I think that Tim will be a proper matchup and good opportunity for both guys. It looks like the latest. Is Tim? At least on Tapology, it says that his latest weight was 125. So I don't know if Tim's going up here and taking this or what's going on, but just like everything you mentioned, brother, just to reiterate, I have a lot of...
They're fighting at 125.
Oh, they are? Okay. Oh,
yeah, it's a flyweight.
Okay. It says latest weight was 135 then for Astro Boy. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe that's off. But
Astro
that's what Tapology says. That's why it threw me off. I'm like, wait, hold on. Am I missing something? Want to make sure I acknowledge that. But no, I mean, I think when you look at Steve Erceg, the people that he lost to literally are the cream of the crop. We're talking about some of the best flyweights of all time in Brandon Moreno, my boy, in Alexandre Pantoja, and then the only Kai Kara France. Like, that's the reality of Steve Erceg here, and his kind of spotted track record is just that he's fought some of the best of the best. And Tim Elliott, 39
Real
years
quick,
old.
sorry to interject. I think he took a catch weight fight against Ode Osborne for his last fight.
Okay.
So that's why they because it looks like they both weighed in 135.
Okay. So thank you for clarifying that, because I'm like, let me make sure there was no discrepancies here in terms of like someone jumping up or last minute. We saw that last week, so that would factor in. But no, Astro Boy is the Ben favorite, and that's where I'm leaning here as well. I'm going with the Tapology Ben favorite as well. I think that Tim's tough as nails. From a Ben perspective, I'd probably lean decision Erceg. Could he get a late round sub? Sure. And it looks like WMC agrees here. We're going with Stevie Siggs here to go get it done.
I'm curious what the sub line is. Is that Luna making an appearance?
I was going to say, geez, I caught it. Yeah, someone knocked, and of course, Luna had to let him know.
Oh no! Don't be sorry, bro. We love when Luna makes an appearance, bro. It's never a problem.
Shout out Luna.
Steve Erceg. Yeah, we might have to sprinkle. Steve Erceg by submission is plus 375. So 1 unit on it gets you 3.75 units back in pure profit. And then if we wanted to double down, as long as we think he gets it done inside the distance, we put another unit down on him by TKO, KO, or DQ. And that's plus 950. So that gets 9.5 units back. Yeah, we're doing that. Unit on both. Those odds are wild, bro. Does KKF have a fight coming up? Well, I don't know. Kaikara France. Don't blink. I'll tell you right now. Mr. Don't Blink. What happened to that guy? Nothing scheduled since Alessandro Pantoja beat him. That was back in June 2025. That's almost a year ago, kid.
Crazy.
Nano named his dog Luna. What a normie. Don't hate on his dog's name, bro.
I'm a normie, man. I'm just a normie, just like a lot of norms out there. WMC. It is what it is, man. No shame in the game.
I'm a Captain America fan, and I named my first cat Bucky because that's Captain America's sidekick. So I mean, I'm a normie, a simpleton, whatever the fuck you guys call them. I don't know if anybody actually uses the word simpleton in 2026. So just dated myself a little bit there. With that being said, we're gonna move into the featherweight division. These 145ers. Talking about a Marwan Rahiki, which just makes me think of Lion King, Rafiki. You know what I'm saying? Asante Santa Scotch Banana. Ollie Schmid is the opposition here. We're probably not going to spend a ton of time talking about this one. I'll be honest with you guys. It's an interesting fight. I think the most I'm probably going to say about it is why is it on the main card so high up on this fight night? Probably because this one guy who only has 4 wins professionally has 3 of them by knockout. That probably has something to do with it. He's coming off 2 back-to-back knockouts over Jeffrey Mesa and Ford Gerbies, which, household names. Everybody knows those guys, right? Right. And, the opposition that he's fighting here in Marwan Rahiki is 8-0. He is a little bit freaky, as the nickname suggests. His literal nickname is Freaky. Freaky Rahiki is kind of fantastic, though. I can't lie to you. Like Freaky Rahiki for the nickname.
So sick.
And yeah, I mean, he has all of his wins by knockout. So 7 wins by knockout, 1 win by sub. All of his wins by finish, I meant to say. This should be a fun fight for as long as it lasts. But I mean, you'd be hard pressed to get me to pick Ollie Schmid, a guy who has 2 losses and only 4 professional wins, going against a guy with twice the wealth of wins and 0 losses to go off of. Give me Freaky Rahiki and give me him inside the distance. Nano, what are your thoughts on this one while I see if there are any odds for it?
Yeah, this is an interesting bout here. 2 names that you may not have heard us break down before, and that's because these guys are young. These guys are new kids on the block, but that's the fun part of this game, y'all. Always new names. One day they're not a household name. Next thing you know, they are, right? So we really want to give these boys credit where it's due. We got Ollie Schmid, and he's fighting out of City Kickboxing. So I think he's getting a little bit of his debut, but he's getting, I don't want to call it nepotism, but he's getting his opportunity, right? That's what we're going to do. We're going to frame it in a positive way. He's getting the chance, an opportunity of a lifetime to fight in the biggest stage in his backyard against an undefeated Moroccan warrior who's fighting out of Australia as well. So he's not making the trip from Morocco. He's actually fighting out of Lions Den Academy over in Sydney. This guy's 23 years young to Ollie's 25. So I'm thinking we're going to just see fireworks here. Like you mentioned, it's going to be nothing but excitement. Ollie has a solid style. Again, he's going to be polished. He's going to have a good game plan because he's got City Kickboxing there in his corner. Who knows what big name fighter or just the coaches themselves are kind of their own enigmas now. And they're great at what they do. They're at the top of the game for a reason. They've had multiple champions. That won't be a problem. Stylistically, great kickboxer, as it suggests. I'm sure we're going to see a lot of that. Tends to have his hands down. And I think that's where a Marwan, I'm going to get freaky Rahiki, will probably get a little freaky. I mean, this guy has nasty Muay Thai elbows, which I know MMAnomaly here is a big fan. I think that's going to be the difference. It's going to be the nastiness inside. He's also going to have some kicking in the pedigree to match Ollie Schmid. And I think both these guys are just going to go out there and put on an absolute bloodbath of a show. I think Rahiki is going to get freaky. I think he's going to win. That was just really just based off the tape. As I'm looking at the odds, which actually I don't even know if you can find any odds on this, brother.
I was going to say, I don't know if you see odds. I can't find odds on this fight. It's a short notice fight, I believe. So
I'm just going with the freaky guy. I like what he did in his UFC debut against Harry Hardwick. He had a nasty elbow uppercut.
Hardwick one was fucking nasty, bro.
Yeah, and then, dude, his Dana White Contender Series knockout was absolutely filthy as well. Just punishing his opponent with elbows, uppercuts, knees, unanswered. It was a filthy, filthy finish. Dude's got some special qualities to him. So that's why I'm just leaning him. I can't just pick Ollie based off the pedigree. I need to see it first, as I like to say around here. So give me the guy that's done it in the UFC Octagon multiple times now to go out there and find a violent but fun fight for us both. Let's go.
So I did find odds on it. It's funny. It looks like they've shifted quite a bit, and then they've come almost right back to dead even where they were, according to Kalshi live odds. So this is
there we go.
Wipe my screen off. So this is what it's showing right.
Okay.
70%.
Who's on top?
Rahiki.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like blurring it, but Rahiki is 70% odds. So basically, if you put $10 on Rahiki, you get 11.39 back. So almost like break even odds, which is crazy. Schmid. Sorry. That's with your winnings. So if you put $10 on him, you get 11.39 back. That's your total payout. So you get $1.39 profit if you put $10 on him. Whereas if you put 10 on Schmid and he comes through, you get 31.77 back. So you triple your money. We will not be betting on this one unless odds release on betonline.ag and we are able to get some specific knockout line odds or something like that. With that being said, Nano, let's talk about a heavyweight banger here between Shamil O'Neal, Gaziev, coming in against Brando Pericic. I mean, I'm very curious to hear your thoughts on this, Nano. Like, how do you see this one playing out? Do you think it's going to be fairly close? Or do you think Shamil O'Neal, Gaziev, just comes out here and dunks on him?
Man, this is an interesting one, my brother, and I appreciate you giving me the torch. I'll be sure to be kind and allow you to give your full breakdown as well. But I would say this one's an interesting one, my brother. I think part of it is, okay, we know about Mr. Shamil Gaziev. He's an absolute stud. He was on a 2-fight win streak, and then the brakes were pumped a little bit, and unfortunately, that was due to the Waldo Cortez Acosta bigger batter train that just unfortunately kicked Shamil off the tracks. But let's not forget, this guy's a bad mamma jamma, 36 years old. However, I really, really like what I saw from the Balkan Bear, Brando Pericic. I hope I said that correctly. I apologize. I'm sure you'll correct me here soon. But Louie Sutherland, thank you, brother. That knockout over Louie Sutherland, who we're going to be talking about here as well, was really, really impressive. And then another knockout win over Elisha Ellison. I mean, what more do I need to say? This guy's undefeated. He's in his backyard. Undefeated in the UFC. 6-1 record total. 5 years younger than his opponent. He's going to have an inch reach advantage. And again, another city kickboxer. I'd be naive to fade the entire city kickboxing team. So I'm going to pick one of them. I'm going to pick this one. I'm going to take the heavyweight here who's on a good streak. And sometimes it's just, hey, who's got the hot hand? Who's swinging the hot bat? And that's Brando right now. How you feeling, brother? Am I taking recency bias here? How you seeing this heavyweight matchup go down?
I don't think you're taking recency bias. I'm going to be honest. I agree with everything you said. I too was very impressed with the performance of the Balkan Bear. Like, he's a fucking just terrifying individual. If we're calling a spade here, as we often do. The heat in which this guy throws with, like, he was throwing fastballs in a fucking baseball game, bro. MLB status. And it makes sense, right? If you look at his win-loss ratio, like 5 wins, 83% of all of his wins are by knockout. The only other win he has is by way of submission. And the only time he's ever lost is one time by submission. He got snatched up in round number 2 by Randall Raymond. And that was at Hex Fight Series 30 by rear naked choke. If we look across the octagon from him, you have a guy who's fairly close to the same thing, right? 64% of his wins by knockout, 9 of them, 3 wins by submission, so 21% of them, and 2 wins by decision. So he's a little bit more well-rounded. As you said, as the kids like to say, he got slimed out by our boy Waldo Cortez Acosta. Right hook in round 1. We often talk about left hook Larry making a cameo. Right hook Ricky, his distant brother, made a cameo that night. Before that, though, he knocked out Thomas the Train Peterson, who looked good in his recent fight. And he slimed out our guy Dontel Mace on the no-bet list. If we look at the only person that's beaten him in the UFC, it's someone you may have heard of, Jairzinho Rosenstruck. He retired on that win, and, you know, it was a good time. It was a good time. Bad time for him, but still, I digress. You know, Shamil O'Neal Gaziev, I think, is the guy here. I just think he's bigger, he's stronger, and I mean bigger in terms of weight, right? He's an inch shorter. He is an inch less on the reach, but, and I do like big butts, cannot lie. He's at the end of his career. He's 36. The other man's 31. I know I just had the opposite conversation here, but I do think this is a big brother, big pup kind of situation here. And I think that Shamil Gaziev is 20 pounds, possibly more, heavier than Brando Pericic. Maybe Pericic has put on a little bit of weight, but that 20 pounds means a lot to me, especially in the heavyweight division when you're talking about 2 guys with knockout power. If I'm 20 pounds heavier than you and your best asset is knockouts and my best power is knockouts, I'm now feeling more confident in my best asset over your best asset because you're a little guy and I'm a big guy. So for that reason, I got to go with Shamil Gaziev. And I mean, he's also plus money right now. I almost want to risk it for the biscuit here. Let me see what the TKO odds are. Or inside the distance even. Let's see what inside the distance. Fighter to win inside the distance is plus 160. That's not worth it. That's not worth it for the difference. 116 to 160. Shamil Gaziev by knockout is plus 275. That is pretty juicy, but I'd still rather be safe here. I'm just going to play it safe. I'm going to do money line plus 115. I'm going to do a half unit on it, be conservative. That'll give me a little over a half unit back. So essentially that half unit turns into a full unit. Yeah, I'm going to lock that one in. I like it. The next fight is a heavyweight bout between Tuivasa and Louie Sutherland, which, again, we've talked about Louie Sutherland here before. If you've seen is it still his Tapology picture? Let's see.
His Tapology one's pretty nasty.
It's like him looking like fucking Bane.
Some of the biggest traps I've ever seen. Yeah, Bane level traps for sure. Jeez.
Yeah, like Tom Hardy level Bane traps going on here. It's nasty work. It's nasty work, right? I mean,
yeah. Big boy.
Big boy. With that being said, Nano, this is just an intriguing matchup. Tai Tuivasa is someone that we all know. We're not new here. All of us fans like to get behind this guy. He's a fun guy to root for, right? And it's tough not to root for him. It's tough not to want to see the guy win, but he's had a kind of tough run of things as of late. He hasn't really been able to string things together. He took some time off, competed on, I think, the Great Race or whatever, Australia, and gained a shit ton of weight, got significantly over the heavyweight cutoff, had to drop that weight in order to get back into the heavyweight area, and, you know, he hasn't really looked good since then. So I'm curious, Nano, to hear 2 things. One, first and foremost, I've got to ask, have you seen the UFC's updated picture for Louie Sutherland?
Brother, I'm looking at it right now. I've had it up.
Tell me it doesn't look like Rob Liefeld's illustration of Captain America that constantly gets made fun of.
Oh, okay.
It's the same guy.
I'm gonna need the side by side now, but I'll tell you what.
Do you see it? It's on the screen.
Oh, there we go. Oh, jeez.
It's the same guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
He just needs to go hit chest day a couple more times, and he's right there.
Definitely
he's right there.
Peak chest day will do it.
I saw the updated picture when I was putting the thumbnail together, and I literally like cackled like the Wicked Witch of the West, bro.
Oh my goodness!
Just why? Wait, what is that pose? That angle, bro?
Why?
So
yeah,
funny,
you're a big
dog.
boy. Just lean into it. Yeah, no need to.
Just
do
lean
something
into
you're
it,
not.
bro. Just lean into it. So yeah, I'm gonna pour up another shot because we're not doing a shoey. We'll do a shot. We have done a shoey before on the show,
We have.
and it wasn't even the last time he won. I think it was when his losing streak started. It's when he lost at
doing a
UFC
live stream,
Paris to
didn't
Surreal Ghana.
Yeah. We were live streaming.
We were pretty housed.
We were pretty
That
toasty.
was a good time.
We were pretty toast.
We were a bit toasty. I remember actually a couple years ago, Mary was like, "Why do you only have one shoe like this? Where's the other shoe?" And I'm like, "Oh, that was the one I did the shoey out of, so I threw the other one away." She's like, "Why'd you keep this one?" And I was like, "Because I'm not going to wear it since I only have one of them. And if I ever have to do another shoey, it'll be nice to have not worn that shoe, for like 5 years." So everything logical, everything logical. With that being said, if you're drinking, drink with us, WMC. I'm looking at you, brother. If not, that's fine too. Maybe hit a stogie, hit whatever it is you're hitting, and maybe raw dog some air. Either way, be thankful. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, smash that bell for notifications, and let us know who the fuck you see winning this fucking crazy fucking heavyweight fight. Cheers. Cheers to you.
Salute. Thankful for y'all. Appreciate ya. Frankly, thankful to be able to do this with y'all. Thankful for your patronage.
Get to hang out with the homies. Speaking of hang out with the homies, this doesn't feel like a hang out with the homies kind of fight. I don't know. Louie's a big, scary guy. Even though he doesn't quite look like Bane anymore. I'm curious. Like, do you think Ty can pull this off, or are we completely off the train at this point?
Man, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I should have put on my Ty Tuivasa shirt. I think he can do it, man. I mean, looking at his record, it is brutal to sit here and try to sell you on it. I feel like a defense lawyer. It's like, oh, he only lost 6 in a row, and well, it was to Surogan and Sergey Pavlovich and Volkov and Taliesin. You're like, oh, Rosenstruck. You're just like, man, it's just not looking great. Like you mentioned, brother, I mean, when he's fighting the Harry Hunsuckers and the Greg Hardys of the world, he looks good. And that moment against Derek Lewis was big, man. That was my favorite moment of Bam Bam's career. I think that's what led me to get the shirt and to start doing the shoeies. And unfortunately, we've gone through quite a pair of shoes at this point. A lot of beer in our dirty shoes because of the losses that Bam Bam has been on. This streak has been absolutely brutal. I don't know how many 6-fight losing streaks besides maybe a Tony Ferguson that I can think of top of mind. That ends now. That ends Saturday, y'all, okay? I will be doing a shoey in honor of Bam Bam's win because I do just think that Louie Sutherland is closer to the Harry Hunsuckers of the world than he is to the Cyril Ganas and to the Alexander Volkovs, okay? And that's just what it is. Throw the style, throw the X's and O's out the door. These are two big boys that are going to be in the backyard brawl. And Ty, Bam Bam Tuivasa typically comes out on top. He will get gassed, but I don't think Louie Sutherland's going to want to swim in deep waters as well. If it goes deep, that means it's ugly, and that means none of us win. But first round knockout, Bam Bam, take it to the bank. That's my bet. That's my pick, and that is my pick. Oh, double mute.
There it is. Speaking of going deep, little side tangent. Are you caught up on The Boys?
Oh, no, I haven't watched it yet, brother. I was trying to set up my TV over the weekend. Didn't happen. So
New episode came
I might
out
just
today.
watching my phone. I'm just watching my phone.
It was
really good.
terrible in the best way.
Okay, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk about that.
I haven't ended an episode of something with my mouth that gaping open and in shock since probably the ending of season 4 Game of Thrones, to put it into perspective. So,
like that.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah,
Mary told me after the show, she's like, I just thought about the fact that you constantly tell people, you should watch The Boys. It's a great show. You should watch The Boys. It's great because X, Y, and Z. But you have to realize that 90% of the people that are watching TV that you're talking to, they can't handle a scene like the one we just saw. Like that would break them.
It's very much for a small, unique crowd. That's fair.
So I'm gonna stop recommending it quite as much. But hey, if you haven't watched The Boys, it's a great show. You should check it out. Yeah, I mean, I'll leave the comment I was gonna make since you're not caught up, and we'll just move into Tai Tuivasa. The guy, much like some of the characters in The Boys, he's a party animal. All right, he likes to live life very loosely, but he has nuclear KO power again, like one of the characters from The Boys. Wild overhands and a bit of swagger about him, right? No, he knows how to get the crowd roaring, but he's got holes. He's got massive holes. Cardio can dip. Wrestling defense is a bit suspect. And he's been on a skid. He's eaten shots that he used to be able to avoid. Louie Sutherland, across from him, he's a tough replacement. He's got decent striking. And he's got solid heart, if I'm being honest, right? But he's stepping in on short notice. He's stepping in on short notice against a home crowder like Tai Tuivasa and a killer. Like, Ty's a nightmare. Or at least he used to be. I think that dog is still in there. Limited UFC experience for Louie, I think, has just disaster written all over this one for him. And this is not the type of guy you want to trade shots with. He doesn't have the power in which to do that. So it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough night for him. Give me Ty inside of 2 rounds. Straight up, I think he's going to get a TKO or a KO within the first 2 rounds. I think he's going to come out like a junkyard dog, swinging and banging in front of the Perth home crowd. He's going to land 1, then he's going to land 2, maybe follow it up with a 3rd if that's what the doctor ordered. But either way, once those hands hit, I mean, the next logical thing is going to be his opponent hitting the mat and then the lights going out in Perth. Hometown advantage, power advantage, and overall, like realistically, just push of the UFC advantage. He just has to land 1 massive shot, an overhand, an elbow, something in short, something in tight, and it's donesy. So give me Tai Tuivasa inside the distance in this one. Let's check out the fucking odds, because it sounds like we're actually riding together on this fucking guy. Let's see. Tai Tuivasa is currently a minus 213 favorite. Tai Tuivasa by TKO or DQ or KO is minus 130. Still don't love those odds.
Yeah, not great.
I'm going to sprinkle on this one. I'm going to do a 1/5 of a unit. So again, like if your units are $50, you put $10 on this, you're getting $50 back. I'm going to take Tai Tuivasa in round 2. I'm going to drop a 1/5 of a unit on it to get 1 full unit back.
I like it.
Yeah, plus 500 is juice, bro.
Oh, yeah. I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna go with my gut. Round 2. Go with your gut. First instinct, gotta go with your gut, 100%.
I can't trust Ty betting wise. I don't trust him, but I've got a 1/5 of a unit to lose. So we're gonna go out on a limb here, Ty. Dude, you're like, come on. The shorthand of your name is literally the same as his. Ty and Ty. You can't not go for him. Tyler and Ty. You guys are a match made in heaven.
Come on.
Speaking of a match made in heaven, we got Cam Rowston and Robert Bryczek coming in the next one in the middleweight division to headline the preliminary card. Robert Bryczek brings power and aggression. Those are probably his 2 best attributes. Solid kicks, good hand speed, but he can be outworked by longer, more technical guys who know how to utilize their range. And that's kind of what Cam Rowston has, right? He's a rangy technician. He's got great length, versatile striking, grappling, and fight IQ for days, Nano. He does pretty well mixing levels too, but he can get caught by power if he doesn't respect it in the pocket. Either way, I'm taking Cam Rowston by decision here. I think it feels clean. I think Rowston is going to use his reach and his range to just keep things at bay, keep things as a distance fight, and mix in takedowns to frustrate Bryczek. Nothing else. I don't think he's going to try and control him or sap up control time. I think he's literally just going to mix in takedowns to keep him guessing, keep him looking, and then just pull the fight away from him with better cardio and dictation of the fight pace. Give me Cam Rowston to outwork Robert Bryczek in this middleweight bout. Nano, what are you thinking, man?
I like it. And I agree with you, brother. We don't need to spend a litany of time on this, but I did really find myself impressed with Cam Rowston's striking pedigree. Dude really comes in with a good Muay Thai, good kickboxing background. He does a good job of mixing in the elbows and just having good awareness, having that athleticism mixed with high-level striking. I just really like what I've seen from him. The record indicates dude knows what he's doing. 14-3 record. And that win over Cody Brundage was really impressive to me. Got to the back mount there, knocked him out, or at least KO'd him with punches. Like, dude's throwing punches and bunches. Another city kickboxer as well. Maybe I should have led with that. I mean, dude's sharp, man. I think he's every bit as good as advertised. He's the Ben favorite. I'm not going to sit here and make a case to go against a city kickboxer. It's just not what I'm going to do. So, Cam Rowston all the way. Probably an earlier finish, maybe over later. I mean, I could see it happening pretty quick here, first or second round. Dude's good. Dude's legit.
I'm not mad at it. Dude is good. Dude is legit. I could see it being a finish. I don't know why. I think it's going to be a grindy kind of fight, grindy kind of decision in this one. With that, we go into another man that's on the no bet list, Nano. It's the only person who exists in the UFC that is not just a sole member of the no bet list, but also a family lineage of no bet lists. We have Junior Tafa, which of course, Justin Tafa is also here. He's 6-5 in his professional career, which is the epitome of a 500 fighter, right? Like he's damn near even on wins and losses at this point. It's crazy that this is a UFC fighter. And you got to think that if he loses this fight, he's probably going to get cut. I mean, one can only assume. He's coming in against Kevin Christian, right, Nano? And, I mean, this should be a fun fight, again, for as long as it lasts. It's tough to bet on Junior Tafa, no matter how much I think he might win. What are your thoughts on this one, Nano? What do you ultimately see playing out in this light heavyweight banger?
Definitely a banger, first and foremost. Definitely a banger. I think I see it how a lot of us are probably feeling is going to go down, right? It's back and forth. I hate betting against Tafa, but man, a part of me is just, I kind of want to fade him, man. It's hard for me to bet on Junior Tafa to go out there and get it done. He's just been so up and down. The 6-5 record scares me a little bit. And when I look at Kevin Christian, even though he's coming off that loss to Billy Elikana, the RNC, about 5 months ago, I still think he has a lot to offer. I think he is talented when it comes to the jiu-jitsu. Fun
fact, I called that Elikana was going to get his first finish in the UFC in that fight.
Really?
I just want to throw that out there. We cashed on that.
Hey, absolutely. And I guess using MMA math, it's like, oh, well, Junior Tafa beat Elikana, so you got to assume, he's going to go out there and beat Kevin Christian. I mean, he could, and maybe the UFC's trying to give him a nod here. It's just, I just don't like what I've seen from him recently. I mean, again, 1-4 in his last 5 is not the direction you want to be going. This is someone in Kevin Christian who's a slight underdog, at least on Tapology. That is an underdog I think I would potentially consider. I hate betting against the Tafas, but they just make it hard for us, man. Junior has been so up and down. I just can't trust it. So I'm going with Kevin Christian. 2 first name.
Kind of like a Batman, Bruce Wayne. You know what I'm saying? Junior, the Juggernaut Tafa, he's a walking sledgehammer. He's got explosive knockout power, one-punch KO threat, Australian swagger. He's going to be in front of the home fans, and he typically does damage standing and has finished everyone he's beaten. But holy shit, folks, as Nano alluded to, the holes are massive. Like dog shit cardio, if we're calling a spade here. 0 grappling. He gets taken down and submitted fairly easy by high-level jiu-jitsu grapplers. And he's lost 3 of his last 4, including back-to-back subs. He's desperate for a win, but folds when he leaves the feet instantaneously. Kevin Christian, he's, 6'6", 6'7"? Brazilian with nasty length, legit finishing ability, 4 by KO, 5 by sub, and the tools to exploit exactly what Tafa sucks at, if I'm being completely honest here. He's got reach for days. He's got 5 inches alone on Junior Tafa and advantage. And Christian's coming off a loss too, as you alluded to Billy Elikana. So he's hungry, right? but his size and his versatility and his overall arsenal, they give him massive edges, whether it's a phone booth war or a rangy striking fight. What he lacks is elite experience against top power. But Tafa's recent shape shows that he's there to be taken. He's there to be taken advantage of. I was originally going to take Junior Tafa, if I'm being honest with you, Nano. But I'm switching to Kevin Christian. I just think realistically, like, solid line value, it is what it is. He's going to use that 80-inch reach to chop the legs and just chop at his opponent with ranged strikes, distant straights. He's going to throw leg kicks. He's going to throw straight right hands down the pipe, and he's just going to outwork the Juggernaut. Juggernaut's going to run out of gas, and this is the spot where size, finishing ability, and Tafa's holds really collide. So let's ride the upset on this one, folks. I like the upset. I like taking the dog in this one, and let's fucking go. Mark my words. Khamzat will beat Sean. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Who doesn't believe that? Let me rephrase the question. Who disagrees with you? And if they're wearing a MAGA hat, they don't count. Oh, wait.
Yeah. Great call out there, Yuri. But I love me some Khamzat. He's got the hands up.
Yeah, Khamzat will definitely beat Sean. Who's the Aussie lock? Stevie Siggs.
Or Quillan.
Oh, Quillan. Quillan's the lock, but the odds are fucking garbage.
True.
Yeah, the odds on Quillan right now, money line.
Oh, dude, Malkoun. We're about to talk about him right now, but Jacob Malkoun over GM3 might be another one that's like, yeah.
He's a minus 1,000. He better damn well be.
Damn, horrible lines, boys.
Yeah, he's a minus 1,000. Quillan's a minus 400.
Okay. Well.
You can get Stevie Siggs at, let's see, Steve Erceg is minus 220. He's probably the best you can get at odds disparity. I like him inside the distance, if I'm being honest. I think that's what we ended up doing. Yeah. Actually, no, that one's not even good. What did we take? My bets. We took... Oh, yeah, we did a specific knockout or submission. And we basically just hedged those against each other, 100 on each. So either we're up almost 4 units in pure profit, or we're up almost 10 units in pure profit on a guy that's a favorite, as long as he doesn't go to decision, which could happen, but I'm confident, fairly confident. With that being said, let's talk about it. I know you want to talk about Jacob Malkoun, the minus 1,000 favorite, coming in against GM Motherflubbin 3, Gerald Meerschaert. Man. I mean, I'm pretty sure I see this going exactly the same way you do. So I'll keep it short. I'll keep it sweet. I'll leave a little bit of meat on the bones for you there. GM3, he's a submission wizard. He's got sneaky guillotines, solid rear naked choke under the arsenal there. He's a veteran that catches people, but he's older. He's slower. His striking is a bit of a liability in most cases. Malkoun's young. He's powerful. He's got solid wrestling and heavy hands to back up and set up that wrestling, and athleticism to stuff the subs and really impose his top control. I think Jacob Malkoun by decision, or possibly even a ground and pound knockout or a early submission while they're dry. But either way, I'm taking Malkoun. I'm not betting on this one, not even with Nano's checkbook. No chance. It's just the odds are not fun. But give me Malkoun all day. I think it's a favorite for a vast reason. He's a minus 1,000, right?
Yep, there you go. Yeah, I mean, listen, man, this is Jacob Malkoun's fight to lose. Part of it is his skill set and his ability to go out there and be willing to swing and bang. And he's got some good jiu-jitsu as well. But yeah, I think, man, GM3, I mean, man, what a career. I mean, broken record at this point. This guy's been fighting. This is his 58th, 59th fight professionally. My goodness. I mean, you can only give credit, or at least just admire anyone that's done something for that long. GM3 is someone that at this stage, coming off 4 losses in a row, though he's fought some big names, and at this stage again, like, and the right type of names. I just think, man, someone like a Jacob Malkoun's going to go out there and have the backing of his home country. He's going to be amped up. He's going to have that adrenaline, and I think he can really touch up a GM3. Or if it goes to the ground, I mean, I guess GM3 has a path there, but this ain't. Gerald, I personally think he needs to hang him up. Like, I hate saying that about fighters, and hey, this is how he makes a living. I don't know what he has lined up after fighting as a 40-year-old, ex-fighter, but I hope he doesn't have to keep fighting. I hope it's one of those things he can hang him up and live comfortably, because it's a lot of fights. Get that lifetime benefits and keep it moving. But Jacob Malkoun, I'll say decision, but if I had to, but I'm taking him regardless.
If I had to pick, I'd say decision as well. I just think he's going to grind him out. I think he's probably going to feel bad about the opposition he's fighting, knowing he's edging 40, knowing the fact that he has 58 fucking career fights professionally under his belt. Like, after this fight, these guys are going to be 59 fights in and 13 fights in. And that the guy that's 13 fights in is a minus 1,000 favorite right now. Just think about that.
Crazy.
Like, I'm just curious. Where's Meerschaert? Meerschaert money line is fucking plus 675.
Oh. Shit.
If your units are $50, you put a fifth of a unit on that, you get 67 back in profit. So you get a full unit plus. Man.
Aye.
The degenerate in me wants to throw something on it.
Just a fifth of a unit. I mean, half a unit.
Like, I'm thinking a fifth of a unit, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
So funny.
We'll be up almost 1.5, and we're okay to lose a fifth of a unit. We're up like 7 units last week. So, oh man, that's when you know. That's when you know. Oh man, with that, let's move on into the slickness. Talking about a Colby thickness coming in against Vince Morales. This is a fun fight. This fight has banger written all over it. Potential fight of the night, depending on how the main 3 fights really play out and deliver. I've poured up another shot. I'm going to do another one right now because I am just very high on this guy, Colby the slickness thickness. I mean, brother, this guy is just dynamite, fun to watch. His last fight was obviously eye-opening, right? Against Josias Musasa. People thought that Musasa was going to come out there and beat him. I didn't think so. Not me. I knew this guy's great. And I mean, no. Like, can we talk about his only loss in professional MMA being his UFC debut on short notice against Alessandro Taporia?
Really?
Or Alexander Taporia. Yeah, like that's his only loss in MMA. It was short notice fight against Alexander Taporia. And he couldn't finish him. It was a decision. And Colby was landing on him. I think it was 29-28. Unanimous decision. So cheers, folks. Cheers to this new up-and-comer that you should definitely be watching. If you're not, I mean, what are you doing, folks? What are you doing? Cheers. Cheers to you. Like, comment, subscribe,
Hello.
all that good stuff.
Appreciate y'all.
So yeah, I mean, what does he bring to the table? Well-roundedness. If I had to sum it up in one word, right? Is well-roundedness one word or is that 2? Maybe 2 words. I don't know. Either way, that's how I'd sum it up. Vince Morales across from him. He's a battle-tested veteran. Solid boxing. pretty good footwork and forward pressure and experience that should help him navigate the tougher spots, and a chin that, quite frankly, will allow him to eat the shots and keep on coming, right? Eat a licking and keep on ticking, as they say in boxing. He's got that dog mentality, but he's hittable. He's extremely hittable in exchanges. As he throws, his hands just kind of, I'm trying to do it, and I, like, my habit won't let me do it improperly. But as he throws, really concentrate here, you can see the hands are coming down, right? So when you're throwing, you want to keep your hands 2 points of contact. Every time you throw, your hand hits them, and then as one hand comes back, boom, one hand guards, the other one throws. Bop, 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 bop.
Uh-oh. Did we lose you? Too much thickness over there, huh?
No, so, like, that's the biggest issue with this guy is when he throws, his hands lower, they don't come back to guard, they don't do the things that they necessarily have to do. And when we're talking about these types of situations, these are the situations in which you're able to get outpaced by a sharper technician. And his grappling defense also has holes in it, Nano, against guys who can chain wrestle and really tie together the striking to set things up. Colby, even in the fight against Alexander Topuria, he looked really, really nasty with it, really nice with it. And, I mean, he's able to string things together really nicely. Like I said, he doesn't just throw takedowns to throw takedowns. He sets them up. Did he go 0 for 8 on takedowns against Alexander Topuria? Yes. Also worth mentioning that Elliot Topuria was not a boxer when he came into the UFC. He was a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighter. He had some of the best grappling you'd ever fucking see in the lighter weight classes. So that's the guy that's been training with him. It makes sense. And then if you look at his next fight against Josias, he attempted 14 takedowns, but he landed 2, right? He was able to keep him down. He was able to hold him down. He was able to actually initiate the exchanges. And even though he didn't land more than 2 takedowns and he attempted double digits, talking 14 here, that's exactly what I was saying. I think the second or third fight in, when I was talking about the fighter just shooting takedowns, not to land them or to control him, but just to frustrate him and make him think. That's the type of fighter that Colby Thickness is. He's better on the feet than he is on the ground, in my opinion. He's so slick with his striking. And if he just mixes in a takedown every few minutes, he's going to keep you thinking, oh, fuck, I've got to keep my hands down to an extent to watch for the takedown. Going against somebody that like Vince Morales, who already drops their hands as they're striking, those hands are going to come down so fucking quick, Nano. It's going to be bad news, Bears. Give me Colby Thickness. I like him inside the distance, but I like him even more by decision. Am I going to bet on this one? I don't know. Maybe I'll ask my homeboy Useless, who, as we like to call on the show, Useful, because he's anything but useless. You know what I'm saying? My guy, who are you betting on in this fight? You like Colby the thickness, or Colby the slickness thickness? Sorry, I have a sickness for the thickness. Or you like Vince Morales? And if you like the slickness, how you taking him, bro? I know you're a big props guy, so tell us where you're leaning. In the meantime, while he's typing that up, Nano, am I sipping crazy juice over here, or you see it going the same way, my guy?
Yeah, I do, man. I do see Colby Thickness going out there, this rising star out of Australia, to go out there who has a lot of finishing potential. I can see him having an exciting exclamation point, an exciting highlight reel victory to his resume. I do think that he's someone that he's representing the local scene here in Australia. And though his opponent is someone that has been in the UFC, and we do typically love to lean the savvy veteran, I typically do like to say, and I said it earlier, I want to see it before I believe it. But this is one of those situations where, I mean, like you mentioned, I mean, Colby's only blemish was a loss to Alexander Topuria. He's been in these positions before. This isn't some Netbo baby that's getting the nod. This guy's every bit as good as we thought, and he's
the big brother. Like, he's the guy that's been shaping up little brother.
Yeah, and that's the guy.
They asked him, like, who do you think is better? And he refused to answer the question, and he said, "I'm focusing on making him better." That should tell you everything you need to know, bro. He's scary. He's a scary guy.
He's a scary individual, brother. And I think he's got a lot of momentum. He's a fresh prospect here with a few wins under his belt. And I think he's gonna have a slight edge over Vince Morales, who again savvy veteran. He tends to rely on his boxing, so if it turns into a slug match, again, I just think Kobe's gonna end up having his hand raised. But curious to see how Vince looks, in those deep waters, and how Kobe looks. Frankly, I mean, can he pull him into those deep waters? Vince is willing to go out there, and he knows what a loss feels like. He has that kind of effort mentality at this point in his career. You can say, I mean, he's 16-10. Really, he's got nothing to lose, right? So there's no pressure on Vince Morales to go out there and do anything other than just fight his fight. We'll see what happens, but yeah, I'm taking the thickness here to go out there and lay a thick layer of victory come Saturday morning or Friday night, I guess, depending on your aptitude for partying. Let's go.
I'll be pulling an all-nighter for this one, brother. Brando plus Colby. He also said Colby decision for me, but I prefer Salkilld KO, brother. Yeah, Salkilld KO is locked in. That's a fact. Brando plus Colby. Colby decision is what I'm putting on my Tapology too. Yeah, I like that pick. I like I said, I like him inside the distance, but I love him by decision. Another fun little parlay. I'm not sure if you like this one or not, Useless or Nano, but how about the Aussie philosophy parlay? You know what I'm saying? The let's throw another shrimp on the barbie parlay, if you will. We got Steve Erceg, right? Money line. We got Quillan Salkilld, money line, right? And then we got Cam Rowston, money line, mate. Let's fucking go, bro. You can get that at plus odds. You can lock in a half unit and almost secure a full unit back in your bank account. And speaking of a full unit, we got Leroy in the chat. What's up, brother? Big up. Just finished work.
Let's go.
Looking 9 to 5. My guy, Leroy. You'll be my entertainment for the drive home. We love that, brother. Hopefully we keep you smiling the entire time. So with that, I mean, let's just go ahead and move on through. We got 3 fights left, I believe. We got Ben Johnston coming in against Wes Schultz. Add thickness. Oh, he is Australian. I'm doing that right now. All right. I've already got that one locked in, so I'm just going to place a second one. A big boy parlay. Kobe thickness. Fuck it. We're throwing Ty on there too. Why the fuck not? Why the fuck not, bro? Quillan, Stevie Siggs. We'll throw Malkoun on there too. He's not going to do a whole lot for it, but we'll throw him on there too. Oh. Cam Rowston. All right, so we got Colby thickness, Ty Tuivasa, Quillan Salkilld, Stevie Siggs, Jacob Malkoun, and Cam Rowston for plus 740. You put 10 on it, you get 74 back in the bank. So I'm going to do a fifth of a unit on that. Actually, you know what? Do I want to do a half? No, I'm going to do a fifth of a unit. I'll be safe. Fifth of a unit. Locking that one in.
I like it.
Yeah, we did it, Ty. I appreciate you. I had to add Ty, even though you're betting against him, kind of, or not betting on him. Your name is Tyler, bro. It's so close to Ty. I would just feel like a bad guy if I didn't add Ty, my guy Ty. Nano, speaking of my guy, your guy, all our guys. Who's your guy in this one? You got Schultz, you got Johnson.
I'm taking Schultz. I'm taking the party time here in Wes Schultz. 29 years young. He's representing Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He is a slight underdog, but I think I'm looking at more of the X's and O's. I'm looking not as much at the two fighters themselves, but really how do they get here, right? Because I'm looking at Wes Schultz. He's 8-3 record. He got a win off the Dana White Contender Series over Mario Mingaj via submission, and then got the knockout over Damian Pinas recently as well. Just a couple months ago. It was a loss. Let me take a step back here. He took the L. But dude's been active. Okay. And why I mentioned those fights, win, lose, or draw, is that he's been in training camps. He's been out there getting it done. And sometimes, we use the term ring rust, but when you're 35 years old, you haven't fought in a couple years, and it hasn't even been in the UFC for that matter. It's just, I'm going to use what I typically like to say. I got to see it before I believe it. Ben Johnston, he is fine with city kickboxing. I'm sure he has some great skills. He's tall at 6'4", but he's still going to have a reach disadvantage. So does not necessarily favor the kickboxer in that sense. And again, what have you done for me lately is what I'm going to say here. I'm taking the American who, even though he's coming off an L, he did have a win in the Dana White Contender Series. I know he has that in the repertoire. And hey, if it gets to the mat, I don't know what Ben Johnston's got in the chamber, but I'm taking the American on this one, brother. How you feeling about it?
If it gets to the mat, Ben Johnston, the best he's got in the chamber is on the mat. I mean, he's got 4 submission wins, only 1 win by knockout, and nothing to decision yet.
Ooh. So,
like, if it goes to the mat, that's kind of where he does the best. If you look at his kind of tail of the tape or what he's done for me lately, right? He's got 4 wins out of his 5 by rear naked choke. All 4 of his submission wins are by rear naked choke. So if he takes the back, it's bad news bears all fucking day. I just want to lead with that. But with all that being said, get the scaries out of the way. Wes Party Time Schultz is the ultimate scrappy junkyard, Nano. Unorthodox pressure, surprising power in these exchanges he has that are typically wild and full of party and energy. And kind of never say die style of cardio. The willingness to swing for the fences and make fights entertaining as hell. I think he brings a lot of chaos and a lot of activity into the octagon, and he can overwhelm more reserve fighters. And make no mistake about it, Ben Johnston, being the technical savvy submission artist that he is exactly that. He's a more reserved fighter. But his technique is a little bit raw. He leaves massive holes when he overcommits, and disciplined strikers will be able to pick him apart. Good news for us, Nano. Good news for us. The opposition on the night of, Ben Johnston, he's not a super technical striker, right? He's not a super disciplined striker. He's not going to be able to pick him apart on his feet. Ben Johnston is the cleaner fighter in general. I do think he has solid boxing. I won't say he's a bad striker, but he's not a super high level fight IQ striker, right? He does have the overall better grappling IQ and the composure to weather storms. And he does a lot of things well at a high level, but he can sometimes get caught by unorthodox pressure and wild momentum. And realistically, like, that's exactly what Wes Schultz brings to the table. If Ben Johnston plays it too safe or gets complacent against the dog, he's going to end up getting hurt here. I like the dog money all day, baby. Load it. What are the actual odds on this one? I haven't bet on this, but I might right now. Wes Schultz plus 120. That's not bad. Half unit. So if your units are $50, put a half on it, you get 30 back in pure profit. That's 55 back in your bank. I'm going to do a half unit on it. No matter what your unit size is, please only bet with whatever you're comfortable doing. You don't want to throw away money if you don't have it to throw away, right? So I always like to say only bet with money that you are willing to throw into a dumpster and catch on fire. I'm throwing a half unit on this one, though, regardless. So let's fucking play, kids. With that being said, let's fucking go, Tyler Betts. My fucking guy. No, I got to tell you, we have never agreed on more than one of my dog picks on my underdogs competition while on the show. And I never tell you the picks, obviously, because I don't want to skew your decision. I have 3 dogs this week, and we have agreed on 2 of them so far.
Ooh. Uh-oh.
No pressure.
No pressure.
No pressure. We're going to move into the welterweight division for a bout between Jonathan Mikalev and Timba Garimbo. And I'm going to let Nano go first on these last 2, just because I don't want him to know who my dog is on this last pick. And I'm actually very curious to see if we end up lining up here. So we got Jonathan Mikalev and Timba Garimbo. How do you see it playing out? I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to skew your judgment on this or the next one.
I appreciate that, brother. Yeah, I mean, we've been doing this long enough. I mean, you know, we can call it how we see it, and there's some nuances in here as well, right? We have our opinions, we have the technical breakdown, and you can try to make your best assessment. But what I will say here with Joe Nathan, aka Jonathan Mikalev, a technical striker by nature, typically likes to maintain this distance, capitalize on his opponents as they tend to overextend and get frustrated as the fight goes on. So a little bit more of a slow burn type of style here. That does not fare well for a matchup against a Themba Gorimbo. Okay, this guy, Themba, nasty work. Okay, he is known, obviously, for his incredible story, which we could all appreciate, but a relentless grappling pressure that really, really, really frustrates guys that tend to have the upper hand from a striking perspective. The game plan is going to be Gorimbo's game plan. It's always going to go out there, close the distance, get you into the clinch, get a grip on you somehow, and force you to the ground, get you on the mat, out wrestle you, and just smother you, get you in deep waters, make it feel like you're in quicksand in that octagon. So I'm leaning Themba Gorimbo. And it sounds like Leroy disagrees.
I just got to hit the air horns for you because 3 of 3 dogs. You picked all my dog picks.
Let's go. Hey, might be onto something, brother.
I'm feeling good about it, bro. I'm feeling good about it. Themba loses and gets cut.
If he does, I mean, that's what's at stake. That is probably.
How could you say something so bold?
Real.
Yet so brave. Yeah, as you said, like we all know Themba's story, right? Like The Rock bought him a house. He used his first 50K fight of the night bonus to install water wells in Africa in like one of the surrounding villages to where he grew up. So like the dude is just heart of gold kind of fighter. You want to root for him. He's the kind of guys you definitely want to go for. And Nano, it's funny. I don't know if you saw me like kind of chuckle when you were doing your breakdown, but it's because you use the word smothering like twice. And obviously like we don't have a script, but I take notes. I like to put little bullet points in there. My first bullet point is Themba Gorimbo is a gritty, smothering welterweight wrestler with relentless chain wrestling.
And I did preface, we've been doing this for a few years now. I think I know how we think.
It's so funny though, because like usually our verbiage is at least very different. The fact like smothering isn't even a super common word that we use on the show. When I heard you say it, I was like, brother, I guess that's just a fact. Like if we're both thinking it must be real. So yeah, I mean, like I said, he's got a smothering wrestler style, very heavy top pressure. Like there are a lot of guys in the UFC that you see get on top and then people are able to get back up, right? And that's because they're not heavy on top. This guy is heavy on top. When he gets on top of you, he just wears you out. He's making you work to get back up. And if you do get back up, it's an exhausting exchange to do so. So, I mean, I like this guy. He's tough as nails. Underrated durability, in my opinion. I know he's on a bit of a skid. He lost to Jeremiah Wells via decision. He got Anaconda choked in 52 seconds by Vicente Luque in the fight before that. But I mean, before those, he was on a 4-fight win streak against Takashi Sato, Pete Rodriguez, Ramiz Brahimaj, and Nico the Freak Price. I think he gets back on the wagon, brother. I like him here. But I will say, like, Jonathan Mikalev, he brings size, reach, and fairly decent submission awareness, which are tools that he'll need in this fight. And tools that could make it a kickboxing fight. But if that happens, I still like my guy's ability to win a kickboxing match here because they have the same exact reach and he's 1 inch taller, which means it'll be harder for Mikalev to generate the same amount of power. He will be punching up. Even if it's just 1 inch, it makes a slight difference, folks. It's logic. It's physics, right? I like Themba by decision here. I don't know that he's going to be able to get a finish in this one, but I do like him to just get it done outright. What are the odds on Themba since we're agreeing? Plus 200. Let's start off with a dub. I'm going to put a unit on it. 1 unit turns into 2 units exactly in profit. 3 units back in the bank. Let's fucking run it. Let's run it. Useless. Who you liking this one, bro? You like Themba or no? And then just for the record, those are my 3 dogs. We've already gone over all 3 of those. My dog of the week, because, I like to admit this stuff to you guys. Ola, if you're listening, I'm not changing it, bro. Shamil Gaziev. It's the guy. It's the one. Shamil O'Neal, as I call him. Let's run it, bro. Let's run it with this last one. We have Dom Marfan coming in against Kody Steele. Dude, I'll be honest. Kody Steele, 7-1. He might not be the best fighter in the world. He might never be a champion. But I'll be damned if this guy wasn't destined to either be an MMA fighter or a movie star. His name is Kody Steele. You think he changed his name in adulthood? Or you think that was his mom was like, yeah, Kody Steele with a K? It's just wild to me.
I mean, yeah, the Kody with a K. I mean, Steele, great last name. Kody with a K, edgy. Depending on his age, he's 31, so it's our age. That feels probably progressive in the 90s. Makes sense.
I'm not going to lie to you. If I'm dad, I'm picking Max. I'm putting up a hard argument for Max Steele.
Yeah. Stainless.
Oh! First name Stain, middle name Less, last name Steele, Stainless Steele. Let's go!
Stain.
I'm fired up. About to run through a brick wall, coach.
That's hilarious.
Bro.
Oh, man.
I love it.
So many ways you could go with that. Steele.
I mean, come on. I mean, if my last name is Steele, I'm doing crazy shit with the first name. Yeah, I'm gonna name my kid Unbreakable. Unbreakable Steele.
Mr. Steele to you.
Mr. Steele. Oh man.
Mr. Steele girl. Oh no.
I was gonna say his literal nickname should be your girl. Kody Steele your girl.
Yo girl.
Fighting in the blue corner. That'd be fire, bro.
That was a good one. He's got a ring to
That'd
it.
be fire. Kody Steele your girl. Sign me up. You know what I'm saying? Oh man. I got my last shot poured up. This is the last fight of the night. I mean, we got one guy with the coolest name in MMA, possibly, Kody Steele, coming in against a guy that sounds like, a comic book villain, Don Marfan. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen a name like that. It's crazy because he has 3 names and all 3 of them are 3 letters. You think that was on purpose? Coincidence? I think not. No.
I think not. One of my favorites. Let's go.
Oh, cheers, folks. If you're drinking, drink with us. If not, that's fine too. We appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and smash that bell for notifications so you know when we're live next. Cheers.
Salud.
And I know I said I'd toss you the rock to start both these next fights, but hey, you guessed it right in one. So here we go. Don Marfan, solid home crowd fighter, decent all around skills, and he's gonna have energy fighting in front of his people, right? He's gonna have the home crowd advantage to an extent, but I think he can be out athleted. I've used that term twice tonight. I'm gonna start using it more. I think he can be out athleted and outworked by a hungrier, more explosive prospect who, in my opinion, brings sharper tools. Pun intended. Man's made of steel. Kody Steele, he's young, he's hungry, he's motivated, he's carved of steel, and he is just a prospect with better athleticism. He is the better athlete, make no mistake about it. Cleaner striking, better finishing instincts, in my opinion, and the hunger to make a statement out here against the home crowd guy, if I'm being completely honest. I like Kody Steele in this one. I think he's possibly going to be able to go out there and get a finish, considering 56% of his wins are by knockout, another 14% by sub. If we look across from him at Don Marfan, how's he lost? Well, he's only ever been submitted. I'm gonna call out something crazy here. I think Kody Steele's probably going to hand him his first knockout. But either way, I think Kody Steele gets it done inside the distance. Let me pull up those odds. Fighter wins inside the distance. Kody Steele plus 190. Man, the question isn't, should we bet on it, Nano? The question is, do we want to do a fifth of a unit, a half a unit, or a whole unit on Kody Steele? Tell me where your heart's at, Nano. Who you got winning this one?
Man, this is an interesting matchup for sure. I you know what? And I think just in honor of going with the Americanos and looking at the names itself, I mean, Kody Steele, hell of a name, but we got to give credit where it's due as well. I mean, Dom Marfan, killer. And his nickname, the Street Buddha, brother. Great all around. I mean, this is just a well-executed nickname and name affair. But I'm going Kody Steele. I'm going Kody Steele trap here with the grappling. Jiu-jitsu. That's all you got to say. I think he's going to go out there and he's going to take him down. He's going to submit him. He's a world-class submission grappler. And I think this will continue to add to the pedigree of the Kody Steele. Granted, he did lose. Things happen. Not this time. Not this time. Give me Kody Steele.
So you like him by submission. I like him to get the guy his first knockout or submit him. So we're taking him inside the distance, plus 190. Put a unit on him.
Oh.
A full unit. We're gonna start off with not one but two bangers that are gonna just basically win us profit to pay for the rest of our bets for the night. So yeah, I love it. I'm excited about this fight card. It does start very early, folks. Again, it is 1 a.m. PST on is it Saturday or Sunday? That's definitely Saturday. Okay, cool. So Saturday, 1 a.m. PST, 4 a.m. EST, and then main card starts at 4 a.m. on the West Coast and 7 a.m. on the East Coast. So make sure you're locked and loaded if you're trying to watch this fight card. It sounds like Crossover might be doing a live. So if you are trying to catch a live stream, check out Crossover MMA. And hey, the Fight Week show might be doing one as well. It's going to be on kind of his world clock. So I'd imagine he might be live, him and the Ramblin' Dad. So check those guys out. And folks, if you haven't done so already, I'm going to ask you one more time, like, comment, subscribe, smash that bell for notifications so you know when we're live, folks. We do be changing the time though, depending on, which co-hosts we have or how many of them. So with that being said, we appreciate each and every one of you for being here. If you're not betting, that's fine. No pressure to bet. It's not a great habit. If you're not drinking with us, that's fine too. Also probably not the best habit. But hey, as long as you do these next two things, you're okay by us. We ask that you keep on going and you keep on growing. And we really, really hope to see you next time. Let's go.
You've been listening to the MMAnomaly Show. No filter. As you may have been able to tell, we dig the MMA, and our passion is to dive deep into the upcoming fights, give you our expert breakdowns, and help you make sense of all the chaos that is the fight game. We hope you've enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to like, rate, and review. We'll be back soon, but in the meantime, make sure to find us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch at MMAnomaly. Be cool, and we'll see you next time.